Welcome back to Listens Live. Joining me now is Stevon Edwards, principal and founder of Schenault Solutions, and it is always a pleasure to have you on Listens Live.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Of course, and you always have so many good things to talk about. Right now, especially as organizations close out 2025, they're focusing on the end of the year and what that means. So why don't you just jump right in. Tell us why that's important and what you're here to talk about today.
So usually organizations are focused on fundraising, right? The holidays are coming up. Everybody has a giving heart. Everyone wants to make sure that they also put in their donations before the end of the tax year. However, it is ultimately important for organizations to consider building trust with donors and grantors during this time. And so right now is a great time to focus on the standards of nonprofit management. And so the Better Business Bureau has about 16 different standards that more donors and grantors are asking for and making sure that you are Better Business Bureau certified, right? And those standards cover checks and balances. It covers your proof of impact. It covers how you raise money and then also how you spend it. And so these 4 areas are very important so that you have your ducks in a row, so that folks know that they are donating to an organization that has impact and they're doing good business and doing good work.
It's so easy to overlook these standards. There's so many of them. Just tell me what some of the most overlooked standards are and why working with somebody with you who deals with this on a day-to-day basis can really benefit someone who's just trying to get over that hump.
Absolutely. Well, the importance of these standards is the power of trust. You have to have relationships if you're going to raise money. Now, when you're looking at the top most overlooked standard, it's your annual report. Actually telling people how good of a job you did this year and making sure that folks understand what your mission is and how you're accomplishing it. It's also having a board. Surprisingly, people are not keeping track of their board meetings or what decisions are being made. And so those checks and balances and that impact are the most important when it comes to building that trust.
And just working with someone with you who can help identify not just the fact that you need to have an annual report, but what goes in it, the data that moves people, the data that will move their organization forward. That's all stuff that you can do for them as well.
Absolutely. So I have the Strategy Academy, which is a self-paced platform that guides organizations through their strategic plan. Well, the Strategy Academy was designed around these standards to make sure that organizations have the infrastructure they need in order to expand, in order to gain more donations, in order to make sure that they are reaching the mission that they set out to reach. And so with the Strategy Academy, it's absolutely something that you should include in your year-end planning, especially if you're just planning for the next year. Not every strategic planning session has to cover a long range of time, but rather is your board getting together in this last 3 months to really talk about what 2026 is going to look like for you.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about that, you can visit ssstrategyacademy.com. We'll talk more about that in just a minute, but I want to get back to 2025, years ending, what people need to know moving forward. So what can organizations take away from you before this holiday hustle begins? What do you want them leaving this segment here today knowing?
First, your board needs to look at its practices and policies. Make any updates if needed. Make sure everyone knows how your organization is governed. Number 2, collect your data and analyze your data. Publish your annual report. Even if it's a year-to-date report that just covers January through September, make sure you're publishing that information and folks know what impact you have in the community. Also, make sure your fundraising this season aligns with your actual outcomes. A standard that I think is very interesting is that they are trying to make sure that you're not fundraising toward a false goal, right? Or for something that you don't need. So make sure that your organizational needs and goals aligns with the money that you're asking for. And then above all, make sure your books are in order.
What about a board retreat?
Board retreat, absolutely. Like I said before, it's good to dedicate that day between now and December with your board, your volunteers, and your staff to align around what 2026 should look like. The Strategy Academy can take you through that. It guides you on the process of strategic planning so that you're including those skills that you gain throughout the year.
So you're driving this conversation right where I need you to drive it, because I want to talk about the Strategy Academy even more. You talk about the 2025 in a year, all the stuff you've got to do. Well, Well, it's all in this one place where people can go visit the website, sign up, do it at their own pace, like you mentioned. Talk more about the Strategy Academy, what it is, how to sign up, and how it's going to help people.
So there's about 12 different modules that takes individuals through it. It could be your board chair, it could be your executive director, it could be your lead of strategy that's within your organization, but it actually takes you through the steps of completing a strategic planning process from A all the way to Z. And so you end up, after you complete all of those modules, with an actual strategic plan and a work plan that all of your stakeholders can view when you publish it, but also internally you can keep track of. So you actually have benchmarks and goals that you'll be able to reach.
Who is the organization or the type of organization that would benefit from something like this?
So this is for mid-sized to small-size organizations. You know, you have your folks who have those million, trillion-dollar budgets. Maybe not for them, because they need more in-depth. They need an in-person, right? But with the mid and small organizations, budget is often an issue. However, what I've done is I've taken that quality work that you do with the multi-million-dollar organizations and made it accessible for those mid to small organizations, so that you're able to actually learn the skills and lean into those skills, not just have someone come in and facilitate, but you're able to actually cultivate those skills among the team, because I'm guiding you through what you're supposed to do step by step.
Perfect opportunity for nonprofits here and otherwise. 30 seconds left. Tell us how somebody would sign up if they want it and what it entails.
Absolutely. If you would like to book a consultation with me first before even committing to the Strategy Academy, please do so. You can do that at the website that's up there right now, ssstrategyacademy.com. That has all of the enrollment information and overview of what the Strategy Academy looks like, and also an opportunity to book with me.
There you go, ssstrategyacademy.com. Steve, always a pleasure to have you on Listens Live.
Thank you.
That's all we got today on Listens Live, but no worries, we'll be back tomorrow.